Hey guys, Michael Sanchez, violin teacher here. Welcome to day 2 of 7 to transform your guys' practicing. So yesterday we talked about scales and just the importance of working on a few scales and working on a few techniques with those scales. So I want to go a little bit deeper in that there's a lot of different things you can do with scales and ultimately do with etudes, which should be a huge part of your practice sessions. So for example, let's just take the D major scale, which hopefully you guys have learned. Like that. Now if you feel like you're struggling with things related to the bow hand, what I would recommend is starting to do various bowings and different articulations with that scale or any scale to achieve some even farther things related to your technique. So for example, you guys could work on 2 down bows and 2 up bows instead of just doing back and forth like this. What's really important is that you're still using the whole bow. A lot of students, they still struggle with getting to the tip, so this exercise is going to be that much harder for you. I highly recommend really focusing on that index finger and just try to create a very clean sound while doing that. That would be awesome. Also, things you can do is maybe do different rhythms related to scales like this, maybe a dotted quarter rhythm like this. That. So there's a lot of different things you can do with scales. I recommend maybe starting with those. For those of you guys who have been playing a little bit longer, you probably have some ideas of what you could do as far as articulations and different things like that. Very good. So next, let's talk about etudes. So I actually brought with me today a bunch of different books, and all these books I've actually personally taught out of. And I'm going to kind of go through a progression with you guys as far as what each book could entail and help you with. So the first one is Wolfart. So Wolfart actually says viola on it. I obviously normally teach out of the violin version, but it's going to have really great exercises for violin. Etudes are basically where they take a set of notes and they really focus on a certain arrangement of notes that makes it challenging with the left hand. It might make it hard with the right hand. So this is a really good book if you've never gone through etudes before. I highly recommend Wolfart. And there's actually a free resource. Oh, my cat's going to come say hi. She just jumped up and you might be able to see her tail. Very good. And so this is a really good book that's going to not have anything other than first position in it. So if you've never done third position, this would be a great resource. Next, once students sort of get through Wolfart, I highly recommend them going through the Introduction to the Positions book. And this is going to introduce third position, have a lot of great exercises related to third position. What I was going to say about that book until my cat came up is you can actually get that resource, Wolfart, in the public domain. So I'd be happy to send you guys a link to that if you email me at michael@superiorviolins.com. This one, unfortunately, is not in the public domain, but you can get on Amazon. I can send you a link to it. But this would be sort of the second book that I go through with students that are just starting to learn third position. This one's a little bit more advanced. It's going to cover even farther fifth position and such. This is book 2 out of the Introduction to the Positions. Another book that I really like is Developing Double Stops. So this is really great if you're just starting double stops and just having trouble with it. That's hilarious. I have a doll-faced Persian kitten. So some of you guys might have never seen her. Let me quick grab her so you guys can see. Come here. She's being naughty. She wants to play and hang out. So my wife actually does dance videos, and she's like almost in every video. She likes to get on the video to be the star of the show. So she might do it again. I can't make any guarantees. Looks like she's going to do it now. All right. Oh, come on. You got to let me do this video. All right. Okay, so Double Stops, very good book. I'd highly recommend that. Next one, this is very common, I use this all the time, Mazas, and this is actually located in the public domain, so if you're looking for a free resource, Wolfart's free, and then Mazas would be the next free one that I highly recommend. This is going to have fifth position, this is going to have double stops, this is going to have a lot of advanced articulations, tough rhythms, so on and so forth. So this would be a great etude book. By the way, I have a great blog article that actually has links to all of these books that are free. So that would be actually what I would send you guys if you're interested in the links to the books. Next, and this is one of the ones that will be in that resource, is Sit. And Sit is a really great resource for learning how to do fourth position well, sixth position, second position. It really just goes through all the positions and just gets you really familiar with them. So this would be a great etude book if you're sort of at that level, I'd say 5-year level, maybe higher. This would be a great book. She is being just totally silly. And then Sebchik, this would be more for somebody, say, that's been playing, say, 8 years, 10 years, has a lot of really tough progressions, kind of moving up the instrument one by one, trying to master intonation. So this one, I would say, is for maybe some of my most advanced students I've had. Highly recommend that. And lastly, we have Kreutzer, which is what I study out of and what most advanced players use and are really familiar with. Kreutzer, and this is also going to be in that resource. And this is going to have just about everything. It's got arpeggios, working your way up the instrument all the way up to 11th position. Very challenging stuff. So I think what I'm going to do is just take one of these etudes and just play it for you guys so you can kind of see and hear what it sounds like to do one. Maybe just the beginning. So I'm going to take Maz's number 3. So this is what it would sound like for me to sort of practice etudes. And what I recommend is not to focus as much on technique, but still think about it a little bit. There it is. Oh, that's hilarious. And you can see her tail just flapping away. You are silly.